Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? I'm glad to see people again. It's been a long 3 months. I've been trying to get this going for a while. I've been busy. It's been ruthless at work. This last winter, we've had terrible weather, and the plant that I work at is completely outside and at the elements. So it's been tough getting a scheduled weekend to do this. So hopefully I still have my followers, which it looks like we're getting geared up now. I see 35 people. That's awesome for as short as notice as I did. I apologize about that. But so just for a quick thing, me personally, I've been working a lot of hours. My dad's been, ill in Florida, and I've been back and forth there to help him. So it's really hard to do things. And I really appreciate everybody's, every time I've posted something on what's going on, you guys have all been extremely nice in your comments and very kind. And I appreciate it. And also with my new relationship, you guys have been awesome. So all that behind me, hopefully we'll have at least one show a month, maybe two if I can get everything lined up correctly. But today's pretty special, first one for the year, and we've got my buddy Gordon with us, and we've got David. So let me go ahead and bring them in. David Hirsch. Let me go ahead and bring Gordon in. There's Gordon.
Hey, guys.
And then here we have David Hirsch.
Hey.
So, yeah, I was just telling everybody a little bit of personal info going on why we were so late in the year getting started up. It's just what it is, and everybody's been extremely helpful and kind in all the comments. So here we go. It's that time.
Well, it's good to see you, David. How you been?
I've been, good. Been busy, just like, Todd, everything, work, and trying to get all these projects out, which all seem to come at the same time. Yeah. It's like everyone suddenly calls you going, oh, here's something in your mailbox. You have to look at it right away. Get back to us tomorrow.
You have been busy. It's good to see that you've putting out some really good products there. That's awesome.
I'm really proud of everything that's been done. I've been working with some super people. I mean, Rob Wood has just pulled the weight on the book. I couldn't have done it without him. He's done so many books before, so he really knew what we needed to do, and he just kept, driving me in the right direction. Tim Mallett's been a joy to work with on the Super Space Theater stuff, and of course Chris Thompson and everyone at Anderson Entertainment on the Moonbase Alpha Technical Manual. They were
absolutely, us fans are so appreciative.
Yeah, it's just amazing, just what they turned out with. I mean, it's just such beautiful product. So I'm really, really thrilled with what we've accomplished in the last 2 years.
Yep, and quite frankly, the benefit is ours. We really are thankful. At least I am, anyway. Very thankful of this long overdue, awesome book, and it's definitely made the technical notebook kind of alive again, if you will.
Well, yeah, I mean, we finally got all the supplements that we've been promising for all these years.
So true, so true. Well, anyway, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thankful.
Oh, hold on.
Technical difficulties.
Dose.
I thought I had it muted, but apparently the mute button doesn't take care of the volume button.
Yeah.
Oh well. One of these days.
Anyway, looks like we have a lot of fans on the chat today. Looks like JC is out there. Hello, George.
George.
Chris Thompson's out there. Roy.
Oh,
hey, Roy.
Yeah. Roy. Yeah, I actually got an email this morning from Telos telling me that they're quite happy with the pre-orders. So thank you everybody who has pre-ordered the book.
Nice.
And they've also told me that if you're having any difficulty pre-ordering it from Amazon, in some places they don't put up the pre-order to almost the day before. It's some weird thing. But Roberto Baldassari just told me this morning that he actually got it pre-ordered through his Amazon. So
yeah, I
some
saw the Kindle.
have it.
Yeah.
And the Kindle, of course, is already available if you don't want the hard copy.
Well, the pre-order's available. It's still not going to be released, but it'll be preloaded on your. If you pre-order it, it'll be preloaded.
Right.
That
Friday's the official release date.
Yep.
So,
can't wait.
Yeah. It was funny because they had also asked me about a correction in some text the other night. I'm going, wait a minute, we're not finished yet. Wait a minute, we're making changes. But it's the way the world is now, when you could do stuff so last minute, where things had to be pre-done months in advance. So I'm getting used to this whole new world that I never had dealt with before. We did everything, on the computer. Nothing was done by hand. The old days, everything was pen, paper, and sticky tape, just like that. Yeah, that's exactly how that was put together. I put it in a typewriter, typed it out, and then just stuck it, and then said photocopy it. So now. I mean,
Absolutely.
We could never have done the graphics that Chris did for the tech manual years ago. It was all hand drawn. In fact, Chris kindly allowed me to use his Proto Eagle for the cover of our book.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the first time anyone ever saw what the Eagle, or the MTU as was known then, was going to look like. And
but the funny thing is, though, David, you're the one who actually put out the original. So Chris took from you. Now you're taking from Chris. It's interesting how everything kind of spins around in the circle.
Well, no, the original was Chris Foss.
Oh, okay.
Chris
But
Foss.
you still, put it in the space report or whatever.
Right. When we did,
or the Starlog. The Starlog.
Yeah,
number
the
10.
Starlog it was a Starlog about the early versions of the show, which is really where the genesis of the book came out. And we don't know whatever happened to the original artwork, the Chris Foss artwork. He's never put it, I think, in any of his books, but I managed to get a really good copy that we were able to clean up and put a black and white version inside the book.
Nice.
Yeah. One of the few graphics we were able to get to use, because clearances was all important on what we could use. We luckily had, Jamie Anderson, Dee Anderson, Martin Landau's daughter Susan all gave us permission to run letters and memorabilia that went back to the making of the show, which was really a godsend. We got George Bellac's family to approve some of the stuff for George Bellac as well, because one of the things the book does is show you that George Bellac really was the unsung hero of the show. He was the guy responsible for exactly how the show turned out. He did all the groundwork before he unfortunately had left the show before they even started shooting.
Right.
Wow. So we go through all this genesis from UFO Series 2 into Space 1999, and the little hiccup of doing the half-hour version that never went through. But this is how a show gets made. All the people putting their fingers in the pot, from the Andersons to Lou Grade to Abe Mandel, and eventually even Martin Landau, Barbara Bain, Barry Morse, all made suggestions over the course of the series. It's not meant to replace the making of Space 1999 or Robert's earlier book. It's meant primarily to just show you how, from a writer's standpoint, how a series is developed and launched. So that was our real main focus.
You're going to be putting out a volume 2? How year 2 is led up to?
Well, we don't have really much on year 2. We do have some stuff in there on year 2, and this, I think Robert said it I've said it publicly already. We do have a little bit on the spin-off series that never happened, because Robert found a lot of really interesting material in Martin Landau's archives, because Martin saved everything. He kept track of all his hours on the show, for payment purposes, of course, to make sure he was getting he and Barbara were getting paid properly. But also, I was able to reconstruct a pretty accurate shooting schedule for the show, so you could see how the show was. They would go back months later and do pickups, or weeks later. When they had the generating set built for Force of Life, they immediately decided before they finished shooting they were going to use the set and shoot it for Alpha Child. So the director and some of the crewmen came in while they were shooting simultaneously, just because the set was available. So there was a lot of that along. It's interesting to see, and I go into exactly where the idea that there was supposed to be a 90-minute first episode came from, but it was never written as such, because I break down the script timings as to how because George Bellac wrote 3 initial drafts, which we go through, and then Chris Penfold came in and he took over after George left. So all the shooting scripts are Chris Penfold, and Chris never went in with the idea that we're going to do instructions that they were never going to do a 90-minute episode. It's just that Lee Katzin just shot a lot of coverage that they could pad it out if they needed to, and that's why his initial director's cut on the episode came out overly long, because Lee just liked to shoot a lot of extra coverage, and they make stuff up on the spot as they were shooting as well.
And then I know that there's been a lot of people that talked about it'd be great to see if there's any kind of missing footage from ITC or whatever.
It's entirely possible. I mean, Tim Mallon and I talked about it when we were doing a promotion thing on Super Space Theater, and Tim believes that there's always a good chance that somewhere buried in the archives it may be. I mean, it may be a question of it's in mislabeled cans, like a lot of stuff shows up, in Hollywood when they're looking for the original soundtrack masters. They get buried in packaging, and Space 99 could be mixed up with footage from Return of the Saint. We don't know. It just it's just one of those.
Hope the film survived, though. Because I know that sometimes that film has a tendency of decaying.
Yeah, but I think they store stuff pretty well. I mean, ITC always took care of their archives pretty well. It's the stuff that they normally use on a regular basis, the textless title footage, the audio, because they dub foreign versions. I think that's the stuff that's more easily accessible because they know they're going to need it down the line. They probably just never thought they'd ever want to re-edit it. And they, you would think that they would have wanted to use that footage when they did Alien Attack.
Right.
That didn't happen.
So Todd, hey, how many people are shouting out? Why don't you go through the list and see how many folks are saying, hey, what's up?
I've seen Matt Bradford, Andrew Ray, all the way from Australia. Mark Keemunk, Mascaro, Gary Eastwood's in here. One of my buddies from high school is even in here, Ronald Wood. Hey, Ronald, thanks for showing up, man.
Nice.
Isabel's here. Gotta love her. I've got
Chris Lancelot.
I've got some David Boyer's watching. I did this on my. I'm running this video on my personal Facebook page too, just in case I have some fans out there that didn't know that we did Space 1999, Star Trek, all that stuff. So,
nice.
Looks like my nephew's watching, Colin, and so I appreciate you guys showing up. This is pretty cool. A lot of people. I'm monitoring 2-3 screens here, so if I'm not looking at you, you guys know what I'm doing.
Nothing like being the host and doing the techie stuff.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do tech here for a while.
That's why unions have crews. So
right, yeah.
People are supposed to be
not quite that big yet. Let me get to the 1,000 mark for my subscribers on the YouTube. Maybe we'll start hiring people to help.
Well, maybe we could get Jamie Hood and those people to do sponsor ads. We'll be back after this mess.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Did you know that there was a new Hawk kit out there?
Oh,
now you do.
You do, yeah.
The one behind me up here, yeah. It's 15 inch. 15 inch is the 148 scale, people. I don't care about 19 inches or whatever. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, Dave, there's been a little bit of a discussion, I'll just leave it at that, about should it be 19 inches, should it be 15 inches, about the scale with the 22-inch Eagle that Round 2 put out.
MPC. Yeah. I mean, it's like the size of the 1612 Eagles is nice, but I keep looking at them going, they had to be a little smaller to be accurate. They should have been 11 inches,
Yeah, with your shoe.
Yeah, then of course you have the other ones that are too small.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Eagle Moss, Dinky. Yeah.
All I'm saying about a scale is, okay, if we're just going by what they used in the show, and yes, we all know it's a science fiction show. It's not real. So
the
44-inch Eagles, and then half of that is a 22-inch Eagle, and then half of that is a 12-inch, or actually 11. It'd be a 14 if it's a true 172, but 12 was the one that they used in the show. So
it's a little
5.5.
Actually, a little less than 11. Actually, when you measure the inches, it's closer to like 10 and a half or something. And
I think they just started calling it 12-inch because it was easier to do.
Yeah. But it was like they halved everything: 44, 22, 11, and then 5.5.
But Todd, you can't just say it's just a show to a bunch of techie nerds that love to talk about this stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to use the phrase studio scale, otherwise, the important thing is that the Eagles are proper proportions.
Right.
Yeah.
Which 1612 are.
These models are what, and thank God for Round 2. Got to give Jamie a big kudos. to, this is what this group started, was us trying to get the 22-inch Eagle. Wow. What was that? 7 years ago?
Right. Now look what you have, Jamie.
And how many kits have we gotten out since then?
Just round 2, MPC has put out 24 different products. 24 since 2015.
And somebody has to tell Jamie I'm still waiting for my Comlock stun gun kit, because I am absolutely sure that Comlock was made from the dimensions that I gave to Jim Small.
Oh,
because I've looked at everyone's build-ups on Facebook, and the details are exact.
Oh yeah, well Jim's there.
David,
David,
I got you, man. I got you.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'll hook you up, man.
I'm like, come on. All I'm asking is for a kit. I'm not asking for anyone to pay me anything or build it. I want to actually put them side by side and see how, because I mean,
all you have to do is reference my pictures from last year.
The thing, yeah. But did you have the kit?
When Todd and I went to Wonderfest, we actually got to see the prototype.
I'm saying against the working Comlock.
Oh no! I only did the props that we had prior to that.
No, because that's what I gave him, the dimensions, and I sent him photos to try and get the colors matched, because it's still a question of how do I figure out the colors.
How many people smoked around your Comlock?
To a hobby store and friend's hobby store at Long Island, see if we can sort of figure out the paint color, because I keep telling people it's gray, but it's a little greenish gray. It's sort of that. But when I look at the pictures, the thing that sells me on it is the hood, especially around the frame, because the 1612 Comlock is not right. It seems to be more based on the dummy props that they carried around versus the working Comlock, where that's what the kit is. The kit is more on the working Comlock because the hood looks exact. So that's why I'm really curious.
Yeah. So let's do a little commercial break. Hey, people, if you're out there watching me, go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Todd's Corner, Sci-Fi Props and Ships. That's all you got to type in. Hit subscribe, ring the little bell, and you'll get alerts to all my shows. There you go. Sci-Fi Todd, or Corner, it's Todd's Corner, Sci-Fi Props and Ships. Do it now. Okay, back to previously recorded.
Regularly scheduled programming, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, as far as the Comlock, and as far as round 2 is concerned, Jim Small is their collaborator. So he's giving them all the information that he's collected over the years from you.
And I was very happy to provide it. It was just like, I'm just curious to see it. I keep checking out their website to just even look for the instruction sheet, but they haven't posted any new instruction sheets in a while.
Okay. So Catacombs actually has. So I provide Martin Wiley a lot of stuff. So Catacombs, you could probably find a lot of the stuff over there. Probably.
Yeah, I'll have to check that.
Yeah.
Martin helped out a little bit on the book too. He gave Rob some. We got from Bob Shaki gave us a script to use, one of the unfilmed scripts. So everyone really pitched in and did a nice job helping us out with it. I mean, we started writing the book when we locked down for COVID. It was just like, what am I going to do with myself? So I might as well do this.
Wow, it's a perfect time to write a book too. Because
if anything ever came out of this thing, it's this book.
Silver lining. Yep, little silver lining.
I think we're actually on our way out the door with that stuff. So.
Thank God, yeah. That's the thing. So hopefully we'll be doing more and more conventions soon. But
so
that's
like we. Oh, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying in a way it's a shame that the convention in England got canceled, or pushed back, really
postponed.
Postponed, but that's probably better because maybe it'll be more manageable when they do it. Because I did talk to Roy about it, and I said it'd be better if you don't do it in September, even though you want to do it around the anniversary. It's just that September is always a hard time to get away.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Because we more want to do it.
Yeah, it looks like Gilberto Sherriez. I hope I'm not butchering your name too much. David, how was your experience writing for Starlog magazine? Any interesting stories?
Well, Starlog was a great experience.
Big question.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience working there because we all loved what we were doing. We loved the films and the shows. Starlog was never really critical. We didn't go in and say, "Oh, this movie is going to be the worst thing you ever seen. Don't bother to see it," because we knew that somebody always is going to enjoy some particular movie or TV show, even though we may not enjoy it. So we were writing for our readers. So our goal was to always cover something to the best of our ability. And that was the fun thing about doing it. We all had, our special interests. So I was basically doing Jerry Anderson, and also was into things like the Japanese films and stuff. Howard Zimmerman, who was the editor at the time I joined, he was into, a lot of books, the famous authors and stuff. So we all had our little niches, and we always were on trying to push stories we wanted in each issue. So because we loved what we wrote about, our readers in turn, got a magazine that didn't talk down to them like some other magazines.
Right. Yeah, I think you have I know you have an affinity for Godzilla.
Between the Jerry Anderson films, I like a lot of, the classic Japanese films I enjoy.
Oh yeah.
So I went for, the stuff that was a little bit out of mainstream, Doctor Who and stuff. I mean, during the early 80s, I went to England a lot and tried to gather us material on Doctor Who. I had friends in England who loaded me up on all the paperback books so I could write about episodes that hadn't aired in the United States. So I at least would know, or talk about at conventions. I used to go to a lot of the New York conventions, the Creation Cons, to represent Starlog and sometimes ITC and stuff. So it was a great place to work. I miss the guys. They were all a terrific bunch. So it was a good experience. And I came in with no training at all, and they taught me everything.
Well, you sure did put out
no training at all?
No, I'd never written a thing before. So they taught me how to edit, how to, put things together. I eventually learned how to do art and layout. So a lot of I'm doing some CDs now for some friends in Japan, and I'm doing all the art layouts for the books as well. My friend Mark Banning is doing the final work, but he's letting me basically do the initial graphics and layouts, and I'm writing the booklet. So that's another fun project.
Yeah, not the only thing you did arts and layout for, right?
Yeah, that one I actually did in the Starlog office. I prepped it there. So the art department, helped me do the layouts, and then we sent it to the printer.
Yeah, if anybody ever wanted to get the very first one, it has this wonderful Hawk blueprint,
which was one of the ones that was done for one of the supplement.
Reports, yeah.
We never did it. Yeah, we were in the space report. Yeah, that's why we did it, and then they gave me permission to reprint it in the book. We later had in the Gwent blueprint. That was one of the ones also for supplement. Those were done by Stephen Corbett, which unfortunately I no longer have any of them. They were loaned out to a friend who never returned them, and I don't hear from him anymore. So,
friends. But that blueprint actually made its way into the 1982 convention booklet, right?
Yes, that's where Stephen let me use that, and he also did the Altari's blueprint that we ran in, I think it was Starlog 21.
Yep.
So I know Steven still has the graphics. So if we ever were to need them, I had suggested Jamie and everyone contact him, but they ended up doing, I think, everything by themselves for the book.
Yeah, the book is amazing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your involvement with the technical ops manual?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of came out of nowhere from Jamie Anderson, who just emailed me one day and said, "Would you be interested in doing a new version of it?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then it went for almost a year, and I didn't hear anything. And then he sent me an email and laid out the whole thing that he was doing with Chris Thompson and Andrew Clemens, doing the majority of the work. So I threw them digital copies of the manual and any information that I had that might be useful. I suggested Keith Young possibly to do it. And Keith did come in because he had done some really detailed blueprints of Moonbase Alpha. You know, when you have time and Blu-rays to look at all the time, it's a lot easier to do it than when we did our first book, which was 6 months. And if I was lucky, I was able to snag a 16 mil print from ITC to stare at some film frame travel tube car, so we could figure out what that looked like. But,
and it was still an amazing notebook back in the day, man.
Yeah. I mean, we were just really were hoping to do the blueprints as more, the supplements as more stuff became available. But Starlog just couldn't pull the trigger on doing it. They would usually, it was like an annual thing every year. They would say, "Okay, what do you want to do for a supplement?" And I'd do a proposal. I'd have stuff in. I had, as I said, I had Steve Corbett's blueprints. We had some readers sending us in drawings. I mean, the one that always stuck with me was this guy who designed this flatbed truck that could slide under an Eagle, lift it up, and carry it to another part of the hangar. And I thought, well, that looks really good. It makes perfect sense. So this is all stuff we wanted to use. But then they would say, "We're not sure it's going to sell this year. Let's wait it." Yeah.
But I sent my coupon in. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, we had everybody. You know what the good thing about the coupons was I was able to keep track of exactly how many books were sold. And I kept saying every year, "Look how many books were sold. People want this." And I keep a list of, I had labels all printed up, address labels for everybody who sent in a coupon. Just do a mailing. I was ready to go, and it never happened. So now it finally did after all these years. And it's definitely, a super book. We talked a lot about, a lot of little Easter eggs that were put in there to sort of tie it into UFO.
Right. I was going to say it would be nice to see a volume 2 or a UFO edition, and kind of build up a library of Jerry Anderson cool tech ops books.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I was really pleased that they put in, because it was a kind of thing that bugged me all the time, was the sort of Gilligan's Island aspect of the fact that they had snow gear in Death of the Dominion. And I was talking to Chris about it, and I said, I had this idea for a story where the quartermaster opens these crates that just arrived from Earth, and there's snow gear, and it's for Snowbase Alpha. And they're like, damn, what are we going to do with this stuff? And the next
we sure do have a lot of these. We sure do have a lot of these Alpha Moonbase patches. Let's just throw those on there, and maybe they'll use them one day.
Yeah, and there's the patch controversy. I can't remember honestly why we have Earth on the big globe on the cover. I know we got that graphic from someplace to use it, and it could have been from the MPC Fun Dimensions patches, because at the time I think those were the only patches that we actually had a good look at. I didn't get to see an actual patch until I had one of the spacesuits. And then
that's
we saw
true.
the whole,
that's true.
That's probably we just took it from the MPC and assumed that was an actual graphic.
Wow.
Because you could get high resolution shots of the patches on the Eagles and I don't think any of the costume shots actually showed the patch really clearly,
Yeah.
at least at the time. We're talking late 70s.
I've still got mine. It's classic.
Well, I got to tell you, I safeguarded my notebook in the original plastic, but I removed all the pages and put them in document protectors. And stuff,
Yeah.
Yes, it is the Bible that we had back in the day. That's for sure.
Yeah, I should do that with mine since I got them all autographed.
Well, yeah, there's something to be said about that, isn't there?
Yeah, but don't you guys have Catherine Schell's autograph? Because I don't.
Somewhere, yeah.
That's the only one I don't have.
I've got her book that's autographed by her, but
yeah,
she's kind of hard to get a hold of these days.
Yeah, that was kind of a hope of if we were doing the convention in September that she might be there.
Did anybody ever talk to her?
I think so. I thought I heard a rumor that she might be there, but now we're going to kick it back, so anything's possible.
Yeah. So just for everybody that's just joining and knows this year's September convention in the UK has been pushed back to 2023, 24. Yeah.
2 years.
But I believe they're going to try and do an online thing.
Yeah.
In September. I've been contacted.
Which was fun. The last one that we did, what was it, last September, was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
I kept popping in all day long because it was fun to join the discussion, and it was. I mean, some of the performers from the show that they got were just incredible. Especially the Italian performers. I was surprised that we got them. So that was wonderful.
Nice.
Especially the ones that remembered, what they were being on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Andrew's got it. Yeah. It's not, and it's the same like with Star Trek. I had the technical manual. I still got it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those things were the fan Bibles.
Oh, I still remember walking into the bookstore and seeing the Enterprise blueprints.
Right.
First time, and it was like, oh my goodness! In the little folder, all the big fold-out blueprints that Franz Joseph did before he did his tech manual.
Right.
So those were incredible, and then when they did the Enterprise D blueprints years later, you're going, boy, this thing's big,
Oh yeah, I even got the stun gun from the Tech Notebook put on a mug.
Yeah, I actually one of the few graphics. We couldn't put as much graphics in the book as we wanted, partly because Telos didn't want to do photographic pages because of the cost. So it all had to be black and white stuff that we could reproduce on the main pages, and it had to be stuff we had clearance for. So we were able to dig up a lot of early production art by Keith Wilson mainly. I found a drawing of Moonbase Alpha that Brian Johnson did, which had I had copied on vellum, which is transparent material, these overlays that he did on it of where the travel tubes are supposed to go and where he marked off what buildings were what. So we actually reprinted just the graphic in the original tech manual, and we were able to reproduce them in the book here. And then we have Keith Wilson's production design for the stun gun, which he labels TSLA, which was its original name or its temporary name.
Huh.
What are you looking for, Gordon? What are you looking for?
Yeah, he's got something.
Going through the pages here, it's like, I think I know what artwork you're talking about.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Oh well, but I'm
see if I can.
I'm having issues here.
I can find it. It was just a cool little thing because it's like the Comlock was originally known as the IDX. And they always put them in as, I don't know if you could see it there, right there.
Oh yeah.
So a lot. Some of this stuff, um, the early drawings that we had in Starlog that were all part of the
Yes.
IT sales brochure that they had, which unfortunately, after we copied them for Starlog, ITC insisted on the book back, and would have been nice to have the original. Oh, managed to clean up his Moon City thing.
Oh yeah. Always loved that picture out of what, Starlog 10, I think.
Right, that was all because originally the Moon City was supposed to be really big, and then there's the Chris Voss piece.
Oh yes.
Which
I would love to get a high quality graphic.
Yeah, I worked on really hard to clean it up because there's no real high quality picture of it. It's like another lost piece of artwork. But you can see we've also we've reprinted a lot of the Martin Landau notes and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So that and one of the things that we have in the book, which we're really proud of, which for years was thought lost, and we found it in Martin's archive, is Johnny Byrne's critical commentary on the series. Johnny didn't even have a copy, and he talked about it at the last convention he was at, where he was asked to look at the show and analyze what was good and what wasn't good. And I think a lot of that was under the idea that he was going to be story editor for series 2. So, because Johnny took over after Chris left after episode 20, because Chris was kind of burned out at that point because they had been working so hard, rewriting every script, getting everything, because writers, we talk about like David Weir, who wrote Black Sun. David wrote a script that dialogue and plot-wise is terrific, but visually it was way beyond what Brian Johnson and his crew could do, no matter how much money you threw at them. The technology was not there at the time. Now with CG, you can do a lot of his concepts. So Christopher had to come in and rewrite it so that it could be filmable. So he would constantly talk to Brian Johnson and Keith Wilson, say, look, this is what the script requires. Can we do it, or what can we change to make it done?
Right.
Or they throw ideas. Oh, we have this firefighting foam. Maybe we could do something in one episode with it. Oh, hey, it's going to be a space print. This is how ideas come about in shows.
That stuff's slippery.
Yeah. There you go. That shot. Yeah. So
finally,
but you
finally.
Finally, again, it was a question of cleaning up what I had. So you can see here.
Nice.
And this is the one that where Brian marked up every building is. Let's see. Trying to get
there. You go.
Can we focus it? There we go. You can't quite see the handwriting on there, but you can in the book. You see all the markings. You might be able to read it. It was kind of hard. And then here is the travel tube network.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that is neat. I am really looking forward to that book.
The shots there, the tabletop model, and then the big backdrop. So some stuff I was able to get clearance to use in the book. What we believe are the day one slates for the first days of shooting. First day of shooting live action, first day of shooting visual effects. I mean, they could have been shooting before this because we know they did a lot of test shots. But as you can see on this one, they used the title Turning Point, which was the very first shooting script. And we know they went and shot it. So, I was able to track down a lot of that. You could see this is how the shooting schedule worked.
Wow, got a schedule and everything.
What stage? You have things like you could see here Friday, May 24th, Interior Command Module, main mission inserts, North Tunnel. So they were shooting, in the enclosed areas between the stages and stuff, all over the studio, because they had the ability to do that. And then for people who really want to know, I also went through the call sheets, and now you have everybody who appeared in the episodes.
Oh, wow.
Series regulars, your guest and background characters, stand-ins and stunt people, and who did what.
Sweet.
Because that was all on the call sheets. Although it has been pointed out to me that some of the names may not be real names, because sometimes they had nicknames for some of the background performers. So they put in something like, Stewie's doing main mission operative number 3 this week, but it's not Stewie, it could be somebody else,
Right.
But you could just get an idea. You could see how consistent they were on always filling the background with the same performers all through the first series. So for a lot of people, it was a nice job for a year and a half.
Well, like I said, we're definitely looking forward to that book.
Yeah.
I know I am. That is definitely something that I, almost should have been the first volume of the making of, if you will.
Well, yeah, kind of like that. I mean, we were hoping to do a 2-volume set. We had to sort of par it down because there's a certain amount, a certain limit that Tellus wants to do for a book, and then it was a question of getting the clearances, because we have I have all these versions of the first episode. I have Jerry and Sylvie Anderson's original half-hour pilot script, the first Art Wallace's Siren Planet, which became Matter of Life and Death, which Rob does the critical commentary on that, and I did Black Sun, and then we talk about a couple of other unfilmed episodes. I also have the story outline proposals for Earthbounders, which became Earthbound, and another episode which eventually became Ring Around the Moon. And you could see how they originally plotted and how they were changed in both cases for the better, because there were some character changes they made that made the shows more dramatic, which I break as well. So we're centering mostly on the initial 5 episodes of the show, because that's where the greatest change came. As the show went down the line, then it was we're now a machine. We have to start cranking out episodes. So
was there any discussion on Barry Gray and the music?
Not really, because it really wasn't germane to this title, Barry. So we really were sticking to the writers.
Gotcha.
Chris Penfold wrote a nice little tribute to George Bellac and explained his involvement with the show. Chris also does a lot of footnotes. We were able to jog his memory for it. It's a long time ago.
Right.
It's not the kind of situation where Chris goes, gee, I don't remember any of my time on the show. He remembers it, but some things he remembers a little differently. He was actually shocked when I sent him David Weir's original Black Sun script, because he had always been under the impression that he rewrote the script almost completely. And I told him, I said, no, you actually retained what we wrote. You just made it fit the format of the show better, and you made it fit, all their resources better. Because Barry Morse had also claimed a lot that he wrote his own dialogue for the Black Sun sequence, but it's in the script. So it's just it's what we remember years down the road.
Right.
You sometimes somebody tells you something and suddenly you say, yeah, I think it went that way, and it becomes the gospel. I mean, that happened a lot to Jerry Anderson in later years, where people would tell him a story and then he believed that, oh, that's the way it happened, and then he'd find out, no, it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
But we all do that. Memory plays tricks on you. So,
well, I just know that you have a lot of history, or at least a lot of knowledge of history of the Barry Gray and how he brought the music to life.
Yeah. I mean, I know somebody with more, I would say, more resources is actually doing a Barry Gray bio. So gotcha. I've been asked to supply a little information to help out, and I'm always willing to do that. it's good that that's being done anyway, because Barry deserves that. But it really was a question of I had all this material that I got from the ITC archives years ago when we were doing the tech manual, and then they cleaned some stuff out when we were doing the first convention to go to auctions. Some stuff I bought from my own personal collection. So I wanted to make use of that, and then Rob Wood happened upon Martin Landau's estate selling off a lot of his stuff, and he got hold of a lot of material. So that became another part of the book that we originally didn't set out to do. But I really wanted to do something working alongside Chris Penfold, because I really admired him. I really admired what he'd done. So,
well, I'm proud to say that I have a little bit of material from the Martin Landau estate. I own one of the promo books, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, a lot of good things.
I think
somebody Tomlock. That's nice.
Yeah. I think Bob was working with another fan, and then I ended up getting part of that because
I think some stuff went through Rob to the Catacombs.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think
so.
So we have Nick McCarty asking, David, did you toy with the idea of doing the size of the new book the same size as the old Starlog magazine? Thank you. Not sure.
You mean the tech manual?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, that really wasn't something that was my my decision. That was really up to Jamie and Chris Thompson. I think the book is. I mean, it's such an exciting book. I mean, it's a real. I mean, a hardcover book. I never would have imagined we'd ever come out with something that's full color hardcover.
Yeah, hardcover, professionally made, to the level of passion of modern technology. Yeah, it's just amazing book.
Yeah.
But by the way, for the fans out there, yes, the book is available jerryanderson.com now. Or
no,
you're hearing this.
You're in the United States, you can get it directly from Amazon.
From Amazon,
it's free shipping, so it's very cost effective compared to what it was. I mean,
absolutely.
I think the deluxe edition was like $200 without the shipping.
Yeah.
So and the shipping must have been a killer.
Well, let's just say stuff got stuck in customs for a very long time.
Well, that's a different story. And the funny thing was, I only got my book maybe about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and I was just torturing Jamie with the thing with that I warned him that I thought it would get stuck in customs because of that bottle of anti-radiation pills. It says mints if you read the fine print, but it still says anti-radiation pills in big letters. And all I kept thinking when he said that this was in the set was what went on with Dinky with the nuclear waste.
I was going to say the same thing. It's like, oh my God.
And for those of you who don't know the story, a kid in England had, I guess, playing around, buried them in his backyard, and somebody else dug them up and called the government and said, I have nuclear waste in my backyard. So
that is too funny.
Take those labels off.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jamie Anderson has opened up a storefront for Amazon.com. Here in the States. You can not only get that book, but you could also get the badge set. I think the UFO comic anthology, and oh my gosh, I thought there was like one or two others. But he's expanding his inventory. He has a fulfillment center that he's working with out of Ohio. I think Ohio somewhere.
Ohio, yeah.
So it's exciting news for us Americans, since I know that a lot of us are buying some stuff. So hopefully that can save a little bit of money. One step at a time. I understand there's folks out in Australia, New Zealand, wherever, and everything. But, I know that there's a lot of business going on here in the States. So, I think the fulfillment center thing was a really good idea.
I think he's trying to set that up in other places as well. I wouldn't be surprised. It's the odd things that you can't, some people can't get right now, like the Blu-rays, because if you don't have a universal player, you can't play them unless you just want to collect them.
But you really weird.
Go ahead, Dave. What's on there? You can't beat what's on there. I mean,
Yeah. I wrote to Shout Factory. Hopefully we'll see something
Yeah.
awesome. You know, I mean, fingers crossed, man. That's an
Right.
amazing set that
Yeah.
you guys had worked on, and now us fans get to take advantage of it. So hopefully Shout Factory is listening, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing was, Tim had sent me a copy of the movies when he did the widescreen versions, and I'm watching them going, well, they don't have my edits, so it's really not the versions I picked beyond the fact that it's the 2 episodes that I selected. And then I found out that he had the reconstructions of the final versions with all the additional music, but then he also put them on with what he called the production audio, which doesn't have the extra tracking music. It just has the episodes edited the way I did them. So I'm thrilled about that, because I look at it now as we got Tim's version, we got Bob Mandel's version, we got my version.
Yep. Yeah, it's a shame that Network UK didn't mess up like they did the first season of 1999 Blu-ray and just put it out region free.
Right.
What a shame.
Yeah, I don't know if it's it's probably was a production error.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. Same thing with the Australian release of the Ultimate.
Yeah, because it has to do with the agreements that you have with the companies. You're going to pay a lot more for worldwide rights than for within your region anyway. That's the whole idea. But then the hope is that somebody like A&E ported over the network year 1 Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got all the bonus features on the year 1s.
Yeah, that's why I still keep a copy of the 17 disc set, because I don't want to get rid of it because of the message from Moonbase Alpha.
Yeah,
on that,
Yeah, that one. That was on the bonus disc, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, so the mega set had a bonus disc that you had to send away for.
Because the bonus disc had the color corrected Dragon's Domain.
Yeah. And then they re-released a 17 disc 30th anniversary.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Hey, if you want, let's go through some of that stuff real quick. Let me do something here. Sorry about that. Settings, back camera. There we go. So I have a table set up here. So yes, we have David's awesome book.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Wrong way.
And that CD, I'm actually I'm thanked on there because I pestered Tim to use the Black Sun stereo tracks from the RCA album.
There you go.
Well, actually, not from the RCA album; that came from the Barry Gray tapes. But it's those mixes for the RCA album, because it's the only stereo tracks that we have available right now.
Yep. And if you're in the UK or region 2, region B, whatever. So region B, this is just an amazing set. From Powys Media, brand new Earthfall, first time to the mass public. Get you Earthfall. This thing is thick, huge.
Yeah, it was always a thick book, and they've also made some corrections in there, so it works in their universe that they link all the books with.
I thought that Mateo said that he wanted to stay as original as possible.
Oh, did he? Maybe he did. Maybe he did with that one. Since that is sort of in its own universe. So, I think.
And then this is, believe it or not, he's still got a bunch of copies of this left. Yeah. This is an amazing book. I'll do a real quick look-see poo here. If you look at, he had managed to save the original pages of all 3 of the signatures. So this is an amazing book to get. I think 2 of the 3 had passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Anyway, so it's a really good book. The Martin Bower book, you could actually get a Kindle version or the hard copy, softbound.
Yeah, that's the first edition, because the new one has a different cover.
Yeah, I got to get the updated one. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I helped out on that book too.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. You did, because of all the photographs.
There's photos. Yeah. There's the photos I supplied. I helped him edit the 1999 section.
That's right. Yeah, you. I still love the one that you're holding, the Dorcon ship. That's an amazing ship.
Yeah.
Just didn't get filmed as much
because Sean
as it should have.
self-published that book. So he was only
Sean
able to,
McClure, yep.
he was only able to get me one copy of it because he had to pay out of his own pocket.
Oh,
When
okay, okay.
you self-publish through Amazon, they don't give you free copies.
Right, right.
It's just the
And
way.
then of course round two. Don't forget your Comlock and stun gun, Dave. I got you, bro.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And then let's see here. Want to go over here to 1612? I think they sold out of the Alan Carter one, but I think Koenigs are still available. This is the Dragon's Domain Eagle set. That's their latest set. Now they've released, did a press release on what was it, Guardian of Puri and Bringers of Wonder with the pilot ship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. And then of course what Todd was showing off was the 15-inch Hawk.
With the original cover paintings right behind them.
Yes. I do like showing off the original paintings. Yes. Sorry.
That's okay.
And then actually, I'm not sorry. So anyway, so this is from Todd though. Todd, I think you're having a couple of announcements for this. This is the 31-inch Hawk.
Yeah. It's big.
Yeah.
It's actually the studio scale. So I mean, it's you can, and Mike Reeder, which I'll get into him later because they're going to be at Wonderfest with us this year. Finally, after all this COVID stuff, but he can make aluminum parts for that if you like. But the original did not have aluminum on it, but it does make it,
Yeah.
Yeah, mine doesn't either. Bim just did a really good job on the all-clad. Anyway, that's the white version. Of course, we from Props and Ships also have some kits available. You can pick your scale, basically your 124, 148, or 172nd version of the UPCM. There's mine. This is based off of, is it Andrew Grimshaw or Robert Burns? I can't remember.
Andrew Grimshaw.
Andrew, that's right. Okay. Yep. And so the Psychon Mystery Ship, I think we have a few of those. If we don't sell those, we're going to go to Wonderfest with all of this stuff and sell
I
them.
saw a nice little Ultra Probe there.
Yes. I wanted to get into that a little bit. This is from Bill Alton. What's his last name? I forget.
Aldenberg.
It's a nice.
Sorry,
little...
Bill. I apologize, man. My last name's bad enough to remember. Anyway, so this is all a 3D copy of the Ultra Probe. Amazing work.
Yeah.
The level of detail, and this is like the Konami scale.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit smaller. But it's just amazing where I had to have one. So he's I think working on the Metaprobe. He also has a Dragon ship, the ship that this one docked with, that he 3D printed. If anybody's interested, I'd reach out to him. But it's amazing work, absolutely amazing. Anyway, so yeah, we come back here. We got a few of these Psychon mystery ships, and then of course, I do like showing off some of my customs and my figures. But that's it. That's basically it in a nutshell for what's available today.
For a low price.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
Anyway, just wanted to.
With 1612 round two. Let's see who else.
Powys.
I wish
Network.
Konami would make more of the ships because I just love the Eagle because it's a nice little play size, and it's like if they had done some of the other ships as well, would have been really superb.
I agree.
Yeah, it would be.
Now, here's a funny coincidence. If you notice, right behind Todd's Hawk, he's got a little V ship. But if you look right over there, I got.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me bring you forward a little bit. Might be easier for them to see.
Right in there, and that's an original Greg Jean V ship that he did. These little models that Warner's gave out to the NBC executives when they greenlit the second miniseries. So he made a whole bunch of little desktop models.
Yeah,
Very cool.
But everyone could also see the original 11-inch Eagle next to the Konami. And then there's some of a lot of the other Konami ships, and then the Product Enterprise, Interceptor and Skydiver in there. And just to kill any small animals, friend just got me the Irwin Allen book. It's out of print now, the Jeff Bond one, but damn, if I want to read it, I got to put it down on the table. I can't hold it.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah.
And of course, all that's behind glass too, right?
Not the Irwin Allen book. That's just on.
No. The ships there.
Yeah. It's the cabinet. Keep the dust off.
Nice.
Even though the dustier your eagle gets, the better it looks.
Hey, that's what I was saying. Everybody was asking me, so I don't want to have to dust that. It's like, so just weathering.
Yeah. My mother used to call them dust collectors. They said, well, this is definitely something that should collect dust because it really does look better the dirtier it is.
Yeah. So, let me answer some questions from people in the audience here. First of all, Tony's Workbench. He asked if anybody in the U.S. has received their copy of Super Space Theater Blu-ray. And yes, I've got mine. Looks like Gordon's got his and David's got his. So
Network is really good at shipping stuff out. It comes out sometimes way before the release date.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, Tony, you said it was shipped on 126. Mine was the same way. It took forever once they shipped it to get to me. So just be patient.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a local
pretty
thing.
quick.
Yeah.
On the booklet in it, the booklet is amazing. Love the booklet.
Yeah. Mine is right back there.
The funny thing about that booklet is I wrote it and they didn't tell me what.
Everything's to the wrong side there. It's right back there.
Yeah, I see it. It's right
Here.
Yeah, it's somewhere behind me.
Yeah.
It was funny because when we're doing all these projects, so they're so secretive. I mean, it was the same thing when we're doing the tech manual. Andrew's only telling me something, Jamie's only telling me something, and I don't know exactly what's going on.
Right.
But when we were doing the SST thing, I said, we're doing Super Space Theater. I said, oh, fine. And I wrote this whole thing about the whole package. And they said, no, we're only doing Space 999 right now. Oh, now I got to rewrite it. So
yeah, you were involved with a whole lot more.
All of them except for Alien Attack and Destination Moonbase Salvo, which were done in London. But they are putting out the 2 Stingray movies this summer after the Blu-ray box set comes out next month for Jerry Anderson Day. They originally was supposed to be March, but they kicked it back to the 14th of April,
nice.
Which is Jerry's birthday.
That's awesome.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out Jerry Anderson Day. Some special. I know there's a documentary coming out that you'll be able to watch. If you have BritBox, you can watch it.
Got a lot of action going on over there in New York City, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm on Main Road here, so they head over to the hospitals, which is a good thing because, you don't want to be someplace where they're never going to get to you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Looks like we got another Gary Reynolds is on. I saw Darren Peters, and Darren's talking about a 1999 convention in Calgary in 2023. So I don't know much. That's the first I've heard of it. I know they've wanted to do one in Canada for a long time, but
well, Darren, people will go if you bring out your eagle.
He says actually he says he will let's see right here. He says, I've also agreed to display my collection of 1999 props, including Eagle 3.
There you go. That's worth the trip.
Yeah, so see you there, David, Todd, and Gordon.
Might happen.
We need to figure out. We need to figure out who the. We need to figure out who the new owner is of the Eagle One. Isn't he stateside?
He still doesn't know exactly where, but the rumor is he believes it might be Peter Jackson who bought it. So he knows it's not in the country anymore. So it's probably going to New Zealand. No, maybe going to New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
New Zealand. Holy smokes. Well,
yeah, Peter Jackson's got a big collection in New Zealand. That's,
That's cool. I mean,
JD Ryan would be happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a long ways away. That's on the other side of the world.
It's nice where it's going to a collection where people are going to respect it, but it's kind of tough where it goes to a collection where nobody's going to see it readily. I mean, it's the same thing with, I was lucky during the 90s that whenever I went out to California, Greg Jean invited me down to his workshop, and I got to go through his back room where he had all his stuff stored. But now that he's retired and it's all in his house, unless you're invited to his house, you're never going to see it. Unless it could even be in a lockup instead of his house. I don't know.
I missed out on the 2014 convention. Like Gordon got to see it, and now I'm just sending a warning to Andrew Frampton. I'm coming over there soon. You better not sell yours. If I would get to see one of those damn eagles, I'm going to be like, I'm going to go ballistic.
Yeah.
That's the only one I actually got to hold. David, he was lucky enough to hold Eagle 1 back in the Phil Ray days, but I was lucky enough to hold Eagle 2.
And David holding everything that they had, it seems like. I mean, he
got a good workout holding it.
Nobody let me keep the stuff. That was the problem.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I really admitted to everybody that when I was holding Eagle 1, I was brainstorming, how do I get out of this building and out of the state with this thing with nobody catching me? I really wanted to take it with me.
I bet.
Because I begged Jerry Anderson to let me borrow when he had the Eagles at his apartment for the convention, hoping he would say, you don't have to bother to send it back.
Yeah. Well, I was glad. I was very glad to the conventions that Gordon, Roy, and I did that you attended, that I got to see some of the original props that you have. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
times.
It's a shame. I did, a lot of the stuff had passed through my hands over the years that I never hung on to, because it would have been nice now to have it. But at the time I had it, nobody was interested in displaying it. Nobody was terribly interested in even the show.
Well, keeping the Comlock and the Eagle is a good thing.
Yeah. But most of the stuff went to Greg Jean anyway. So he should have. He's got the. I think it was Barbara Bain's spacesuit with the Koenig camera helmet and one of the jet backpacks. He's got the space dock. I mean, if he still has all this stuff, the space dock.
We need to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
We need to get a hold of him, see if he can join one of our conventions at some point.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So you mentioned Wonderfest, Mr. Gordon. So
yes, sir.
Props and Ships will be at Wonderfest again this year. We'll be at a table right across from Cult TV Man.
Wow.
Mike Reeder will be there too.
Mike Reeder and Debbie will be there, and they'll be in their same little spot. We reserved their table for them.
Yep.
And we've got I've got the same rooms we had the last time, which has the big parlor in between, which I believe this was our display a few years back.
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't remember if it was this display or not, but that room had way too many people in it at some point.
That was awesome.
You put that stuff out, you're going to get people. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
We usually
it was awesome. It was an awesome display.
Yeah, we usually do that after the show is, at 5:00. And Andrew Frampton just said, "Did Todd just mention me?"
His ears were burning.
Yes, Andrew. I said very politely, "Please do not sell Eagle 2 until I get to see it in person."
Politely, yes.
I don't think you have any. Well, it wasn't so polite, but yes, Andrew, you've got some amazing stuff, and I'm hoping to see it if we can ever get to the convention in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, for Wonderfest this year, I plan on having a huge surprise. Hopefully within the next few weeks, I'll be able to go public with it. So hopefully you guys will be in awe with the surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So more to come. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yep. But yeah, it's back to Wonderfest. We'll be there. We've got the parlor. So we'll do that again and have some fun and stay up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, then get back up at 5 and go back downstairs.
And then
So
you need
true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That weekend really goes fast because we stay up and you don't really sleep.
No, well, we were doing the AlphaCon
Same with the Alpha
and Breakaway. There weren't enough hours in the day for us to do things.
Right.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Yes, sir. Sirs.
I'm definitely looking forward to the one in the UK because I'm going as a fan. You know, I'm not going to be doing any of the actual work, so I get to see everybody. So
I mean, it would have been nice. Rob and I were, the original plan was for us to go there and autograph books. I mean, people have asked things like about autographed copies or book plates, and unfortunately, it's a logistical issue because the publisher's in England. I'm in New York. Robertson in Western Canada. So I think Anthony Taylor was the one who suggested book plates, and I said you have to understand. If people order book plates, whoever they're ordering them from have to send them to me. I have to sign them. I have to send them to Robert. He has to send them back to who's ever distributing them.
Right.
So,
well, maybe you can
you'll order them now and you probably get them in a year. It's like just not fair.
Right.
Yep. Yes, sir. Well, hey guys, I got to run. Really do appreciate seeing you guys. Dave's wonderful seeing you as usual. Todd, hit me up.
It was fun.
But like I said, Dave, I will definitely hook you up this week.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So you guys have a wonderful day and happy Sunday. Happy 99.
You too.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
And there was 2.
There was 2 left. It's like an Agatha Christie mystery. Where did he go? Todd, you were mentioning Wonderfest for anyone who's watching. Where is it going to be and when?
It's going to be in Louisville, Kentucky at the Crown Royal Hotel. It's a really nice facility. And it's June 3rd and 4th. I believe that's the Saturday for June. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, no, it's 4th and 5th, but I'll be down there the 3rd on Friday.
Yeah, so people know to come and see you.
It's in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's huge. I mean, if you've never been there, it's something cool to visit. There's a lot. I mean, if you're looking for some older sci-fi models or even the newer stuff, or just there's a lot of artists in there that do paintings. I mean, they do everything from sculptures and everything. It's not just Space 1999 or Trek or anything like that. It's all across the board. You walk out. There's no way you're going to walk in there and walk out with nothing. You'll find something you want. I promise you. Probably too much.
To be bring cash, and now I'm sure everyone's got that little credit card machine.
Yeah. You can
get in real trouble.
Exactly. So I'll have a table right across from Cult Man. I'll be having our kits that are available and some other stuff. And Mike Reeder and Debbie will be there. So I told them I would show some of their items that they're going to be bringing along. Man, that dude he's aluminum. He's an aluminum freak. You give him a chance. If anything, you give him, he can make it in aluminum. It's outstanding.
Yeah. It's beautiful work, really.
So speaking of the new 15-inch Eagle kit, he's got this he's working on. So it'll be the rear bell for the kit, and also I believe he's got the side booster aluminum parts. So I think let's see, there's another picture of it. And he's manufacturing all this stuff himself, even making sure all of it's correct and as far as accurate. So he's doing a really good job. And he actually has some of the originals. He's got copies of the originals, so he can do all this. It's pretty amazing.
Is he doing the little engine bells for the bottom of the ship too?
Huh?
Aren't there little engine bells along the bottom of the Hawk too?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he's doing some of those too. I'm trying to get through some of those and let you know. So that was the 15-inch. He also, like I said, makes them for my kit, the 31-inch Hawk. And there's that one. So he does do the side ones for both the 15 and the 31-inch Hawk kit. So, and you can see his foot down here, so you can tell how big.
Isn't he doing also metal bits for the Comlock and stun gun?
Yes, I was getting ready to get to that. I'm just having
So if anyone's looking for metal upgrades for any of their kits, he's the guy to go to.
Yep, there is the
There you go.
stuff.
Yeah.
As always, I think he's done every Comlock kit that's ever came out, garage kit and everything. So
yeah, because especially
keeps track of them.
Yeah, if you want to put it on your belt, you definitely need the metal clip.
Yeah, the plastic would probably break pretty easily.
Yeah.
So, and then here is there's the stun gun parts. Let me get a MIG and boom.
Yeah.
Stun gun parts.
Yeah.
So these are all for the MPC kit that just came out. Message him or probably messaging him would be the easiest. Debbie keeps track of all that stuff.
Yeah, Debbie's very good at that. Yeah.
So I mean, he's got. I mean,
Unique, he probably has it. Yeah.
Got unique. I mean, think about this. Star Trek. Remember the episode Cat's Paw?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
And then I believe
that was the one thing we didn't have at the Smithsonian when we did the the restoration of the Enterprise in the early 90s, and they had all the other models out, and for some reason that was not in the display with all the other Trek props, because they have it there. I think they said it was just that the plastic that it's wrapped around in was too yellow to actually see clearly.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they claimed, but I don't know.
Hey, look there! Look at that!
Yeah, and all that, and you could see also the Japanese album. That's the first one we did. My friends do a cappella film music, so that was Akira Ifukube's scores to the original Godzilla and Rodan films, all done vocally. It's a little odd, but some stuff is really beautiful. The stuff. So we're finishing a second volume right now. We're just finalizing the art and getting them to supervise it, and then after that, I'm pushing to do a 2 CD set of music from non-Godzilla films, which I think people are going to be really interested in, because it's some beautiful stuff on there. So it's just all, I'm trying all different projects right now to do. And Jamie's asked me to pitch some ideas. So hopefully we have a lot of stuff coming up soon.
Mike does Star Trek stuff. He does a little bit of everything. He's got the Universal Translator. That's pretty neat. I didn't even know he did that. This is new this year.
Yeah, I don't know if I still have it. I think it was Steve Hirsch who worked with us on the 90s restoration of the Enterprise, and he provided communicators to Next Generation for one of their flashback episodes. He did the hypo spray, all metal, and it was a beautiful piece of work. And when you collapsed it, like they do on the show, it made a hissing sound, which was really nice. It was just air going through it, but it was really
That's pretty cool.
I don't know if I still have it. I may have it someplace. I know I have his communicator someplace.
I know he does Star Wars. This is what the wings attach to, and this is a shaft through it, so you can actually make it where the wings would open up and close.
Very clever.
Apparently, that's a pretty popular part for him, and it's a lot of them for the Captain Cardboard kits. But yeah, he does. I mean, it's amazing what he does. I just can't believe it all. I'm just gonna go through here, and there's some more of that 15 or that. There's the I believe that's my 31-inch Hawk stuff.
Yeah, that's the bottom rockets, and the little ones are the
so you've got all the bottom parts right here.
Control jets there, yeah.
Yeah. So and then he does the whole anything, the thrusters, all that stuff. He'll have them all, and he's going to have this stuff with him at Wonderfest.
Mm-hmm.
This is Scalosian Pen. Is that what that is? I think it's from Star Trek.
Oh,
I
think it's not the one where everyone was turned into little styrofoam cubes.
I believe so.
Yes.
This is new. Also, I haven't seen any of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like I said, he's got a little bit of everything. It seems.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Let's see where the. I don't know why my. Yeah, they're gonna bring all kinds of stuff. They've got for the 14-inch 172 Eagle. They've got the RCS thrusters for the sides. They've got everything. Dishes for every enterprise scale you can think of. 1/1000, 1/350s, all that stuff. Let's see. He sent me a picture of the wrench that Scotty uses, and I don't see it. Well, here's the wrench. There it is. And then it has a it's his favorite tool. He uses that.
There were a bunch of Scotty tools for Star Trek V that Ed Marecki designed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's working on all kinds of stuff. It'll be interesting to see what he brings along with him. And everybody knows the earpieces that Uhura uses in the original Trek. He's got those.
Yeah. Now, if you could only put a Bluetooth in there.
Yeah. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That would be really cool.
So anyway, Mike and Debbie will be there this year, and we'll be glad to see them. And they'll have all kinds of goodies for you. Let me see. Here's one last thing. Here's his deflector discs for and they're pretty unique. Back in here, it's just a little connection piece, so you can take it apart, and you don't have to worry about if something breaks, you can replace it easily.
Yeah, it almost looked like a hinge.
Exactly.
On a big model. And to the best of our ability, when we were doing the restoration, we're pretty sure that the antenna there is the same style that they used for the antennas on the nacelles. Could be wrong, but as we were like trying to figure things out, we were like pretty sure that it was the same thing.
Yeah, he's pretty ingenious on doing this stuff. All this stuff that he's got.
Yeah, I saw the Gary 7.
Gary 7 pin.
Yeah, his little communicator thing or whatever it was, or a gun. I'm trying to remember.
I think I've shown it all just about, except for the Gary. I thought I showed the Gary 7 pin.
No, it was in the bottom of that last picture that you showed. When we went to this, because I immediately saw it with the little antenna things coming out of it.
It's somewhere in there.
Yeah. Probably does the Man from U.N.C.L.E. communicator too.
Yeah.
Because that was similar with the little antennas.
Oh yeah, there it was in that. It was in with that cat's paw, wasn't it? There it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Yeah,
There we go.
pin.
Yeah.
And it does close, and those do collapse and go underneath. So I've got one. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, pretty clever design. Prop guys really knew their stuff when they were
putting
that stuff together. Not that the new prop guys don't, but you had guys who were trying to mass produce stuff for no money.
Right. Yeah, these props are popular on some of these Star Trek groups and other groups.
Well, because it's something physical to hold on to.
Yeah.
It's like the difference. It's like holding a physical model. It's like you sit there and study. I mean, like the eagle, you can sit and study it from all different angles and just appreciate the design.
Exactly. So, let's see, something else. Oh, I wanted to give just a little quick update. Logan's Run hovercraft. I've got it to my caster guy, and he's going to start casting parts for it. So hopefully in the next month or two, I'll have some pretty good pictures of what it's going to detail. I've showed them here before.
Is that the big TV one or the little cars?
TV one, the hovercraft. Yeah, the big. Supposedly, I might be able to find the guy that gave me the molds and the masters to the hovercraft. Might have the. I see there was the runners were in the hovercraft, and then the other the guys that the police, whatever they were, I can't remember.
Yeah, Francis had a little one that was shorter and almost car-like. Like it was like a sports car, and they were going around in a minivan.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Running around in a minivan. What the hell? And they never caught him. Well, they did catch up to him, but they always got away.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll hopefully have that out soon. And some other stuff I'm working on, and so much stuff going on in the background right now we're trying to figure out. So we'll just update you guys as going at. But like 1612 has got so many new things coming out. The full size helmets. I guess those went fast and they're really popular. So wait to see those. I might even have to drive to work with one on one day. Can you imagine the looks you'll get going down the road? You're in that helmet with the visor down. So yeah.
I wish I wasn't so claustrophobic, because I could barely even put the one on, put it on when I had it.
And Roy, yes, you are correct. The new the tricorder release from the Mon company, that is going to be excellent.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for that one for a while, and they just re-released the communicator too.
Oh, Bluetooth communicator.
It's got some different things, some different recorded messages on it. So I think yes, the Swift kit, the Swift is coming out from 1612. They're going to do that one. Just look through the props and ships page, or just go to 1612's page. You'll here, I'll put it on the ticker.
Do you have any further ETA on the that little 5.5-inch ones they're doing?
They had to I read a message from Steve Walker about they want to do upgrade the way that the tube comes out, the connection tube comes out and retracts.
On the landing pad.
So it's a little bit delayed, but it's still coming.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see what the model looks like.
It's going to be pretty neat. I mean,
because it seems to be so much more hyper detailed than the Eagle Moss ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little Eagles are going to really look good. So that'll be something that a lot of people, don't have a lot of space to display things.
Yeah.
Can have that nice little set. Oh, and yes, Dennis, they are upgrading the electronics. So they're just making it better product is what they're doing.
Yeah, I did notice on their website recently that they are selling what they call imperfect Comlux stun gun kits.
They're doing a lot of stuff.
A pretty good price if you just want to have them, but can't really afford the full price.
Yeah, and a lot of them have little small defects.
Yeah.
Can be fixed easily.
Yeah, it's either a cosmetic or it could be electronics are off. But if you just want to have it, and you don't mind having a factory second, it's probably worth getting at the price.
Right. So, and then the big Peary set, which that was not one of my favorite episodes, but it kind of grew on me a little bit. But yeah, it had Catherine Shell in it, so
yeah. I mean, it's interesting because you get two eagles with a docking tube,
mm-hmm.
and then you got a diorama of the little Peary trees with a backing, and they kind of float on stands like they're docking in the episode.
Yeah, so
it's kind of a nice display if that's what you want, and get the two eagles. I would really like it if they would just do like an accessory kit, so you don't have to buy an eagle, but you can get different pods and different bits.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do that eventually for some of these people that haven't been able to get all the eagles.
Yeah,
I would say that they're really. I would say I'd be surprised if there was any more of these episodic releases. I think with the Bringer of Wonders and Peary and all that stuff, they're gonna probably move away from that stuff and go to some different things.
Yeah, I was surprised when they did the Dragon's Domain Eagle. They didn't do it with the landing gear on the pod, the passenger pod down. That would have been nice.
Yeah,
have that as a variation.
It would, yeah, it would be very nice. I'm just.
So George Carmo took the Ultra Probe and put it on the front of that eagle.
I've seen that.
It's like, okay, that's a really long distance eagle.
What the heck happened there? I had to look twice to see what was going on. I was like, somebody really.
And that's why those only docked on the Ultra Probe in that episode, because they just went, eh.
Right. So, trying to think of anything else we need to update the group with. I'd love to see a lot of people go to Wonderfest this year. That would be awesome. I meet a lot of people there from all over the world, so that part is even better than just being there at the table. So I have trouble staying at the table because I'm wanting to go look at people's things and
sure. That's half the fun when you go to.
But I bet we had 45 people in that parlor room last time I had that. I was like, holy crap! The fire marshal doesn't find out this. It was standing room only. You couldn't. It was shoulder to shoulder stuff. But a lot of people talking about. I mean, a lot of fun. So
I'm
looking forward to it.
Share things with people who have the same interests.
Mm-hmm.
That was great about the Alpha and Breakaway conventions. It was, and those were the first. Alpha was the first convention I had done in decades.
Right.
So that
was actually the Alpha 2017 was my first 1999 convention, and then so to meet all those guest stars and all the fans and everything like that. I mean, wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, and look now, you're good buddies with Nick, and
yeah, Nick.
Got Brian Johnson on speed dial when he answers.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm hoping to have him on the show here soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's busy, so I'm just trying to get him lined up. But I would love to get.
Remember all the trouble we had connecting with him at Alpha.
Right. Yeah. That's another reason I was looking forward to going to the UK because I get to meet Brian and some of those other people that haven't been able to come over across the pond from us.
Yeah.
Missing Link. Andrew says Missing Link episode collection would be nice with the cargo eagle and a crashed eagle. Removable CM from 1612. Hoping.
Well, they already have a removable CM.
Yeah, we've already got that, so they could.
But yeah, you have to have, so the CM could connect to the cargo eagle.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have to put a magnet inside that, so the pieces.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I just think they're going to start working their way away from that and doing some other things. But we'll see. Yeah, and I understand everybody's like, well, if you buy every set, you got an eagle or two with them. But there's a lot of people that buy the set for other stuff and then keep what they want.
Yeah,
sell it on eBay. So,
yeah. But then there are a lot of people that, like Gordon, who likes to display all the different variations of the eagle all together, and it's nice to have these variations all on the same scale.
Right. I mean, I'm the same way. I've got every 1612 episode kit that came out. I recently, sold my house, and so all my stuff's in storage. So that's really sucking, really. Right.
I know. Well, I had that for years in storage, but we don't have much room here for a lot of stuff, so that's why I haven't really bought anything. I still don't know where to put this little this thing.
Yeah, I've got. Hopefully George Bales. I'd love to see you at Wonderfest. That'd be cool. Anybody? I mean, get a room now because it does sell out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the prices are probably better now in advance
than then. Like 100 and 112 a night or something like that. I don't remember, but I mean, and that's you'll spend that anywhere other hotel you'll go for anywhere. They give us a pretty good price break. So
we're all entitled to a vacation at this stage.
Oh yeah, especially after the stuff we've been through the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Time to get out and breathe the fresh air for a little while.
Enjoying life.
So, yeah, I think we went over just about everything. If not,
there's always next show.
There's next show, and you can always email me.
Yep.
1999 props and ships at gmail.com. I mean, it's pretty simple. Yeah. And that's probably the best way to get hold of me. I get so many messages on Facebook that I can literally not answer every one. So I end up skipping or I'll read it. And then, because like when I'm at work, I'll read a couple messages that somebody sent me, and all of a sudden, boom, my phone's ringing. I'm going out to take care of an emergency, and I come back and so if you message me and I don't respond, just email me.
Same thing. I'll see a message at work and I'm going, oh, there's a picture I could send or post on Facebook with this, but I can't access it at work, and then I forget when I get home.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. I mean,
it is.
I'm very surprised how busy the props and ships group has been for the last 7 years now.
Yeah. I'm thrilled at all the people who are posting on Facebook that they've pre-ordered the book and they respond to little things. Because, Rob and I are really doing, most of the promotion ourselves, because this is not really this is what Tellus expects us to do. And if anyone is also interested, when you go to Tellus, besides our page, they have a whole Cult TV section with a lot of great books.
Mm-hmm.
So you find other subjects you might be interested on, especially on a lot of British shows like The Avengers, Doctor Who. They're around, I think a month after us, they're doing John Nathan Turner's production diaries on Doctor Who.
Right.
Which is something I'm interested in because I met John years ago when he first took over the show. So this is some great stuff.
Also, I do have a deal with Fab Gear USA. Anything you guys get, it doesn't have to be Space 1999. It can be Star Trek. It can be anything that they cover. It's a 10% savings if you use Todd as your coupon code at checkout. If you go in and buy, a few 1999 stuff and some Trek and some other stuff. That adds up.
Yeah.
Basically, the way I look at it, it pays for shipping. Basically.
Right. Yeah, and they have a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of good stuff. Cult TV Man has, I talked to Steve Iverson a few years back about doing a discount. He says, I already give everybody the best deal I can give them. So, which is understandable. So I like Steve, and I like we have several different places we can get things, because if Steve runs out of something, then Fat Beer has it, and so yeah, just use Todd as your code, and like JC said just now, he's been using my code quite a bit lately. So
I don't know where he puts all that stuff.
Oh man, I know he moved just recently, but I don't know if he got a bigger place or what. But hey,
and how much stuff he keeps here, and how much stuff he ships back to Portugal, or I don't know.
Yeah, true. I don't know I never know where he's at, but
he just posts some nice travel pictures.
Yeah, he's one of the when I first started doing this group, and I jumped into his place, and looked at some of the stuff he had. It was that was where I got the ideas for some of track down some of the stuff I have. So yeah, he's been collecting for quite a while. Yeah,
I think he was the first one ever reached out to me on Facebook.
I didn't know all this was around in 2013. I think is about the time I started reaching out to people and finding the stuff. So it's growing up, I had the regular models that came out in the hobby shops.
Right.
I didn't know about all the forums and all that stuff. I'm still convinced I would like to purchase the ETF forum and make it a place for all of us to put our builds and all, and help keep things more organized. Because Facebook, you post something on Facebook, especially in as busy a group as we are, and in 5 minutes you got to scroll for 10 minutes just to find it.
Yeah, and sometimes I've read something and I want to go back to it and I can't find it.
Yeah, I try to pin things up there, and they've even changed that so it doesn't act like it used to. So, and then they went and changed the what do you call it, the privacy thing, where people would have to ask to join things, and I'd give them certain questions. Well, then they were going to get rid of that and just let anybody join your group. And there's just too much riffraff out there, too many spammers and stuff like that. So then we all had to go private, which keeps people from finding it.
Yeah, most groups have gone private, and the downside to that is if you're interested in the group and just want to take a look and see if it's something you want to join, you can't.
Yeah,
because nothing comes up.
Yeah, I mean, basically, all my questions to get in the group were, to tell me that yes, you have some idea of what the show was about, and that you're not some guys wanting to come in and say, hey, I want to sell this, and that, sell, whatever they're selling, spamming us.
Yeah. And
that's a full-time job now. I'm still getting, even though we're private, I'm still getting every day people that don't have any clue what it's about, and they just put, yeah, I live there. What? Where was the show held? I live there, so I know. I'm like, okay, so whatever.
It's always going to be that way, unfortunately.
So you can't get it perfectly, but it is what it is. I mean, I know a lot of the other groups tried to stay open to the public, but it just got ridiculous. You were working on keeping spammers out more than you were working your job at your day job.
It's like we saw this commercial last night for this app to keep spam phone calls from getting to you.
Uh-huh.
It's not spam phone calls anymore. It's texts that are spam now.
Yeah, text messages. Well, I'm still getting
95% of the spam I get on my phone now is text messages.
Yeah, I report everyone, and it gets old, but that's the only way I'm going to keep them from doing it.
Exactly.
I just, how do they get your phone number? Because you're supposed to be on a national do not call list.
Yeah, but it
Where'd
has nothing to do with texts. There's always a loophole.
Yeah. So
It's like when people send me friend requests on Facebook. The first thing I do is go to their page and see what they posted.
Right.
Because if they've only reposted other people's things and not said anything about themselves, I don't want to. I don't know what I'm getting into. So
Right.
it's let them read stuff that I'm reposting into groups or something.
Yeah, and I use my my private Facebook page. A lot of people, friends from Space 1999, Star Trek, and all those groups are friends with me there. Yeah. But everybody so far has been so respectful not to post that stuff, because I use that for my family and my personal life, and so I don't have to see, all that rigmarole,
No, you don't want to deal with the vitriol that comes through. Right. Somebody was asking me questions about the Enterprise restoration, and they said, "Well, can't you post photos?" I said, "I'm not posting photos because I don't want to hear any of the crap about the paint job."
Right.
Because to me, it was crap. It's like, you have, only a few weeks to do something this tremendous, and there was no chance to fix anything that went wrong in that time, because they had to truck it up to Massachusetts and then back down. And people don't appreciate the fact that this is sometimes the best thing that can be done within a time frame and a budget. And it's just, they just go on, and so I don't want to deal with this.
Right. Yeah, that's what can you do? I mean,
it looks absolutely beautiful now. I don't hear anything about it, but that's because they spent months and had the time to actually do research. Our biggest complaint was, one guy said he had beauty shots of the original model, and he wouldn't even show them to us.
Really?
So, how do you then say, well, you did it wrong, when the best thing that we had for research was watching VHS tapes?
Yeah.
But this is what people go through when they do restorations. You do the best job you can.
Exactly. And they had a really good team. Bill George was on it, and some other people. They had a really good team doing it.
I mean, it's not to put down the people we had. I mean, Steve Hirsch was great. We had Ed's neighbor was a machinist, and he was the guy responsible for figuring out the motors for the warp engines.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody would. Ed and the guy from the Smithsonian who gave him the project, they flew out to California, and they spoke to Richard Dayton, the original model maker, and Richard couldn't remember too much about it and could only steer them in certain directions.
Right.
So you do what you can. None of the work was done with any disrespect. We did the best we could, and I thought the model looked incredible. From just something we had it all lit up in the shop, and we just stood there for an hour staring at it because it just looked so magnificent.
When I saw it a few years ago, man, I was stunned.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I got to see it in front of my face. So I was happy. That was one of my bucket lists things. Check.
Yeah. It's an amazing piece of craftsmanship for the time it was built.
Back to what I was saying about the ETF, I would love to do that, because I could keep everything categorized.
Yes.
And you could go to that every time and look at it, or like somebody could do a build and just keep it up there, and it doesn't go away. So then you just put a link in Facebook saying, here, if you want to see this, go there. So yeah, Tony's workbench. Tony, he says I far prefer modeling and prop forums to Facebook, since I'm not on Facebook. So and here's the thing, all of the lawsuits and everything, and what Facebook's going through. What happens if they shut it down tomorrow? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out a plan for afterwards, after Facebook,
right.
Whatever's going to come next. So that if tomorrow they shut it down, then somebody knows, hey, let's go to the ETF and find out what's going on with everything. So
unless you just do a props and ship forum on your own.
Yeah, and I don't know nothing about it, so I need.
Oh, I don't either. I couldn't even figure out Twitter. So
yeah, Twitter.
That's me.
At this and hashtag that. And,
yeah. I mean, I only went to Twitter because Jamie Anderson's on Twitter a lot, but after a while, I was like, I don't understand this. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I need to go to a night school class on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. Twitter's, you gotta be careful what you say on Twitter too. So
you gotta be careful every place, and it goes back to when the internet started, and I first got my first computer, and I couldn't understand why people don't even send emails under their own name. It's like, come on, what are you hiding?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
yeah.
All right. So you say that the Amazon's going to sell that book also?
Yes. It's already available for Kindle. In some places, it is available already for all pre-order. But this Friday is the official release date.
This Friday? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'd probably go to Amazon to get mine. That way I don't have to worry about coming all the way from the UK.
Yeah. Let's save some on shipping.
Yep. So anybody that's gonna order this book, pre-order that sucker, get it fast as you can.
Yeah.
Is there a certain amount that they're gonna put out first, or are they just gonna?
No. I think it'll stay in print because Robert's last book for them, Destination Moonbase Alpha, is still not only still in print, but he was able to do a revised and updated version.
Nice.
Of the book. So it's a little different, and maybe somewhere down the line, if we get something additional that we can revise and update, we'll do this too. But we're looking to see what we can do with all the stuff that we couldn't put in the book, and seeing what other avenues we can go.
Cool.
Yeah, because I would like to do something with the actual scripts if we can. That's you got to get rights clearances for stuff like that.
Right. Well, I think we've covered everything we're going to cover today. So,
if anyone out there's still awake, thank you.
2 hours now.
That's 2 hours.
Yeah, and we've kept 40 to 50 people on the whole time, so that's been awesome.
Cool.
I appreciate everybody that joins us on everything props and ships, and like I said, there's going to be some upcoming stuff, and so everybody go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you, David, for coming in such short notice. I know you had things to do this morning. I'm glad it worked out. So
thanks again, Todd. Always a pleasure.
We'll do it again soon. I'm sure once the book comes out, we'll get some feedback for some people.
We'll talk about other things.
Mm-hmm.
And the other goodies come out. Of course, we got to wait for Gordon's big announcement. So
yeah.
I'm sure you know what that is already.
A little bit, yeah. We'll see. I'll cover some more of the stuff that we're going to do in September as far as the postponement for the UK event. So we'll do something online, and I'm going to get some information on that because I was just approached by Warren the other day about that. So I don't really have anything to add to that. I'm just going to try and put some kind of online event together for all the models, ships, and original stuff. So
do me a favor and send me Mike Reeder's email address, because I think the only way I have in contact is Debbie's Facebook page. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Because if Mike needs any reference material, I'll be happy to send it to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Yeah. Have a good one.
Take care.
Talk to you later. All right. Bye, David. All right, props and ships people. sci-fi gurus, all you people out there, we're going to close it off for today. I appreciate everybody that showed up. And if you got any questions, send me an email, 1999propsandships@gmail.com. And I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And have a good Sunday. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Thank you.